Hello, welcome to 2020 Tasty Treats with GourmetQuilter. I'm Susan Clare, GourmetQuilter, and at the moment we're doing a series of appliques, a whole lot of fun appliques to do with sewing room, things that you might find in your sewing room. Behind me here, we've got quite a few of them done already. We're doing 20 in the series and we are now up to number 17. So we're doing one a day for 20 days, so we're on day 17 now. We've got lots of good things going on in this sewing room. So there is a pattern available through GourmetQuilter.com. The pattern's downloadable. It all comes with everything ready for tracing to use with fusible web. That's the sort of applique that I'm doing, and I'm going to be free motion stitching. So, and the pieces are numbered so that you might put down piece 1 before you put down 2 and 3, etc., because they overlap. I've already started positioning some of mine, but this is a little button box. So I've done the buttons. In some of the earlier videos in the series I've shown you how I've marked the little buttonholes with a pen using the light box, and also we've got a little word here that says button so that we know it's a button box. And I'll just show you how I'm marking. It's just the same for the buttons themselves with the little holes. So on the back of my piece of paper of the fusible web I've got the word written so that when I turn it over and place it with the light box behind, it's showing through. So I've done most of the word, I just haven't done the S at the end yet. So I thought I could, not touch my button there, and show you how to do this. So I'm just going to trace. So I've got a micron Pigma pen. These are permanent on fabric. It's a fairly fine pen, so I'm going to go over it a couple of times just to try and make a nice solid sort of line. And I think that's looking pretty good. So these are permanent on fabric. So that's how I've been marking some of the things that I'm doing. And now that's ready also to put on here. So one of these little buttons in the pattern here that's sitting just scattered around the box is a little shank button. So I've just drawn with a pencil where I'll draw that little loop or stitch so that we can stitch it when we get to it. And then I'll pop my little label on the front of my button box so that I know it's a button box. And now I can iron all those in place, and I'm going to be doing free motion stitching, so I need a stabilizer, so I'm just using a lightweight cotton batting there. And now I can go to the sewing machine and start stitching. So I'm going to be stitching, I think we'll go, let me see, we might do the little button label, which is a little bit wibbly wobbly first, and it's just free motion stitching, so I'm doing a couple of stitches where I start that just locks off the thread, and then just it's a straight stitch, so it just stitches as I move the fabric around. So it's a little bit like drawing with your sewing machine. Lots of fun. You don't have to be able to draw because you've got a line there to follow. And already we have a nice little button label on there. So it's fairly straightforward to continue on. I might do this little button here with a little shank. There's nothing hard about it, it's just a matter of going around the button. And then I'm just going to come back along here till I get to this point, and then I'm just going to go around that onto the background, and I'll just go around it maybe 3 times, and that gives me a nice sort of sturdy line, which looks a little bit like a shank button to me. And so I've got to go around the other buttons and go around the box. Fairly straightforward, I think, all of this now, so I might go ahead and keep going and then show you when I get to the other end. So I've gone around all my buttons, and I'm just finishing off the box. I'm going along the lid at the moment. So I've been around the sides of the box. And when I get to this corner here, there's a line that indicates the corner of the box. So I'm actually going to stitch that now. And then come back up that line. And then I can finish off my little box top. out we've got a very nice looking little button box. So we might give that a press and then we can pop it up in our sewing room on the wall. It's looking pretty good. A few little buttons hanging around. So that was applique number 17 out of our 20. We're getting close to the end. So I will see you again with sewing room applique number 18.